On today's episode, something weird is happening with the Cybertruck, new spy photos of experimental Tesla vehicles, and a software upgrade that puts a stop to teenage joyrides. Something weird is going on with the drive motors in early production Cybertrucks, or maybe it's not necessarily weird, but this is definitely unusual. Here's the scoop. At least one Cybertruck owner, who also happens to be low-key internet famous Kyle Connor from Out of Spec Reviews. He got a text message from Tesla service asking him to participate in a study of early Cybertruck drive units. What Tesla wants to do is replace one of his existing drive motors with what they call the latest production pedigree, which is intended to improve efficiency and reliability. They also note that this is not a cause for concern. There's nothing wrong with the existing motor. Tesla just wants to have it back and replace it with a new one. We know that there are two different types of electric motors used in the Cybertruck: permanent magnet and AC induction. In the tri-motor setup, you get two induction motors in the rear plus one permanent magnet motor in the front. The permanent magnet motor works as the primary drive unit. It's on all the time. Then the induction motor or motors kick on when acceleration is required. Now, it's highly unlikely that Tesla is looking to repossess the induction motor. It's a very simple design that uses electromagnets and aluminum bars. These have been around since Nikola Tesla invented them 150 years ago, and they are known to be incredibly long-lasting, durable components. Appliances like your clothes dryer and your ceiling fan are powered by AC induction motors. The permanent magnet motor, on the other hand, is a more likely candidate, and judging from the conversation on X under Kyle's original post, there seems to be a decent number of Cybertruck owners who have been having issues with noise and vibration from their front drive motor during regenerative braking at medium speeds of around 40 miles per hour. So just from that anecdotal evidence alone, it's possible that Tesla might have a problem with the Cybertruck's motor. If something is already making noise and vibrating right now when the vehicle is brand new, then that's almost certainly going to break later on down the road. There are two opposing ways to look at this, and I'm not claiming to know which one is the truth. Thing number one is that Tesla has found a very creative and subtle way to conduct a voluntary recall on a component that isn't necessarily faulty, but isn't exactly ideal either. That would be pretty clever. Thing number two would be that Tesla just happened to coincidentally develop a new motor for the Cybertruck after it's already gone into production, and out of the goodness of their hearts, they want to provide this motor upgrade free of charge. All they ask is for your old motor back so they can study it. Now, in fairness, these Foundation Series Cybertruck owners did shell out a hefty price premium to get early access to the vehicles. They've already endured recall notices for a potential sticky accelerator pedal, an occasionally faulty giant windshield wiper, and a piece of plastic trim that wasn't glued down quite right. And they paid upwards of $20,000 for a bunch of features and accessories that have yet to be delivered, so a complimentary motor upgrade is not out of the question in that circumstance. And of course, there is totally useful data to be gathered from a drive unit that has been out there in the real world, although we also know that Tesla spent many months testing their own fleet of Cybertrucks in a variety of locations prior to the vehicle's official release. So, is everything okay with the Cybertruck motors? Probably not, but as long as you don't currently own a Cybertruck, which is the vast majority of people, then you don't have anything to worry about, because you know that Tesla has already potentially found a bug and fixed it for you, which is great. That's the kind of thing that a lot more companies should be doing more often. On the other hand, if you wanted to take a more pessimistic view, it's maybe yet another cautionary tale about being an early adopter of a new product. It wouldn't be the first or the last of its kind. Speaking of free upgrades, did you know that we just recently launched a new and improved Tesla Space newsletter? It's absolutely jam-packed with the latest updates on all things Elon Musk related, so get the most important news first before it hits YouTube by subscribing today. Honestly, this thing makes the old newsletter look like absolute trash by comparison. If you unsubscribed before, then I wholeheartedly encourage you to come back and give us another shot. We're trying to make the greatest newsletter the world has ever seen, or die trying. No pressure. This is one of those super cool opportunities where we get to play private investigator and check out some secret spy photos of the latest Tesla vehicles and technologies we've got 3 mystery candidates to look at today. Number 1, Model Y Juniper. This week marks the first time we've seen a Model Y Juniper, the refreshed version of the world's best-selling vehicle being tested in real life. This one was spotted parking with the front and back camouflaged. The Tesla owner who spotted this also noted the interior was covered. It's worth noting Tesla covered its Model 3 refresh the same way before the launch last year. It was about 6 months before the Model 3 refresh launch that we started seeing these pop up on the streets, so an early 2025 launch does seem to be realistic. Now there has been a bunch of talk around socials of the refreshed Model Y, apparently codenamed Juniper, arriving already this year, but Elon said it's not going to happen on a post on June 9th. No Model Y refresh is coming out this year. I should note that Tesla continuously improves its cars, so even a car that is 6 months newer will be a little better. Now, I have also witnessed with my own eyes Elon Musk saying the following to one very influential Tesla content creator: "There is no new Model Y this year. Please stop hinting that there is, as it damages our sales of the current version. And no, we cannot show the source of this quote, as this was done in private." And more on the spy shots this week, someone witnessed this Tesla engineering vehicle driving in the Bay Area without mirrors and with test cameras attached on the rear. We've seen other vehicles with new cameras mounted on rear windows, so I find it is likely these are test mules for robotaxi applications. We also spotted similar vehicles driving around in mid-May. Of course, we are now less than 1 month away from the big robotaxi reveal. Here is a Tesla Semi fitted with what appears to be a LiDAR suite. As far as we know, the Tesla Semi, as with all other Tesla vehicles, will not use LiDAR or any other sensor-based technology for self-driving purposes, but that doesn't mean that LiDAR isn't a very effective tool for creating accurate measurements in real-world environments. For context, Tesla does this with their fleet validation vehicles often, and we've also seen it done with other models like the Cybertruck. They use a LiDAR suite to validate the info gathered by Tesla's camera vision. Imagine this: you get into your dad's Tesla he promised you for a few hours today for the very first time. You're ecstatic, you pick up your friends, and they naturally want to see how it feels when you floor it. You floor it, but the kick isn't there. It's fast, but not quite what it should be. The top speed is limited too. You go to the settings and discover the car is in chill mode, and when you try, it asks for a PIN code, which of course, only your dad knows. Okay, Dad's Tesla is still cool enough to impress the friends, and you end up driving around a bit too long. He's sleeping anyway, you think. Wrong. Dad calls you, and turns out he received a notification as soon as you went over curfew. This is the power that dads, moms, or whoever owns the car get with Tesla's new software update adding parental controls. It can force safety features to be always on, like automatic emergency braking, forward collision warning, speed limit warning, and all the nags your kid might want to turn off. Or hey, forget about the kids, it should work pretty well too for anyone renting your Tesla out on Turo. The 2024.26 update brought more good stuff to Teslas as well, like the integration with YouTube Music and Amazon Music, the ability to now navigate directly to sub-destinations like a specific terminal at an airport, and your Tesla will now also show you the air quality around you with an air quality index value. In addition to knowing you should be pretty good with the Tesla HEPA filter, you might also want to tap on that bioweapon defense mode. I'm also wondering when we will see another automaker emerge that can say that your car will automatically lower the AC fan speed when it detects you are taking a phone call, because this is also coming to Tesla with this update when AC is set on auto. Gotta love the small stuff. For the full list of the latest Tesla software updates and a lot more news across the whole Tesla ecosystem, join our revamped Tesla Space newsletter through the link below. You'll always get more with us there, and we often break the news there first.